morning and welcome to our kitchen. This is our 289th program since 2009 we started our program. And today we're going to be making lots of good things. I'm Gordy Galusha and this is Nancy Ostresh. You haven't seen us together for a while, but they have been traveling to Maine. Anyway, we're back today and we're going to make some good dishes. I'm going to make a peach cobbler and Nancy is going to make a fast, fancy chicken baked chicken dish.
Yep. And sweet potato puffs.
And sweet potato pie.
Puffs.
Puffs. Okay, excuse me. And we're going to start off with my peach cobbler this morning because it only takes three or four ingredients because it has to bake longer than Nancy's. First I do is put 2 cans of peaches in a 9 by 13 pan. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle a box of yellow cake mix on top. Oh, we got a big lump here. Gotta get rid of that.
Now, does the recipe, can you use fresh peaches?
You can use fresh peaches if you want.
Because we're taping during the peach season.
Yes, it is. It's good. This is good fruit season.
Yeah.
Okay, and on top of my cake mix, you can also call this a dump cake, but I'm going to turn it into a peach cobbler when I get to the end of it. Okay. I'm going to spread a stick of butter on top like this. I thought I would be ready so I wouldn't have to cut the butter over here and I cut it at home. Now I can't get it apart.
Wait.
Okay. There's the butter on top of the eggs. The cake mix. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar on top. To give it a little crunch. This is what it looks like, and it will go into a 350-degree oven for 50 to 50 minutes until it's golden brown. Now I'm going to turn it over to Nancy so she can bake her chicken.
Thank you, Gordy. That looks like a pretty easy way to make a peach cobbler. There are many recipes out there, but that would be one of the
That's the easiest I can find.
So my fast and fancy baked chicken is going to be pretty easy to put together too. This recipe I think would be good for company coming and chicken served, and it's not too expensive. People are getting away from beef and eating more chicken, so what does that mean? Chicken's going to go up. But right now, this looks like a pretty good dish to put together. So in my baking dish here, I have actually 5 pieces, though. The recipe would be for serving 6. And they're a little irregular, but if you get the chicken breast, you'd want 6 of them, skinless and boneless. And you spray your baking dish. and put the chicken on in the baking dish. And then I'm going to put basically six slices of Swiss cheese on each piece. Trying to fit them to the sizes of the as mine are not all uniform. Okay, first layer, or second layer if you count the chicken. Now I'm going to also place on top our sliced mushrooms, and you want about a quarter of a pound. I always like to buy the ones that are whole. The ones that are sliced already don't always look so good.
They usually look a little brown, don't they, when they're sliced?
Yeah.
It's good to slice them.
It doesn't take long to have them get degraded.
Right. Doesn't take long to slice them either, so it's better that way.
So if you don't like mushrooms, then omit the mushrooms. Okay, next layer. In this mixing bowl here, I have a can of cream of chicken soup. And I'm going to add to that a half a cup of dry white wine. I like vermouth for cooking. Better put the cover on, or I'm liable to knock it over. Mix well, and then pour it over the chicken.
I don't know if you watch these cooking shows, Nancy, but most of the cooking shows that you see that make cake batters or something like that, they never clean out the darn bowls.
No, they don't.
They leave half of it in the bowl.
Maybe it takes too long.
It probably takes too long for them to scrape it out.
Well, being that we are regular housewives and frugal or whatever, we want to get as much as we can.
Well, we'll never make it to TV, so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Now, next, I've got some dry stuffing mix, and I'm going to use cornbread, but your choice of chicken, turkey, herbed, whatever you'd like. I need 2 cups. And I'm going to sprinkle that over the top. So you have your meat and your starch all in one casserole. And some vegetable mixed in with your mushrooms. Okay, finish it all off with a stick of butter or margarine that I have melted. And you drizzle that over. I did not use any seasoning, salt, pepper with this. Soup usually gives you enough salt. The wine has a flavoring to it. If you want to put some pepper on the chicken, that's up to you. This is going to go into a 350-degree oven. And we'll want to bake it for a good 40 minutes. We want to cook the chicken because the chicken is not cooked at all. So this will go into our oven, and we will break so I can get the other ingredients for my sweet potatoes set up. Okay, I'm back and have set up my next ingredients for my sweet potato puffs. This recipe came out of a cookbook of Cooking Light, okay? So you'll see that we're missing a couple of ingredients that we might otherwise have used for regular recipe. I have in this bowl about 2 pounds of sweet potatoes that I have boiled and then skinned. You can do it skinned first and then boil, but cook however you, and have mashed pretty good. The recipe didn't call for any salt, but I'm going to add a little. And I'm going to add 1/3 cup of orange juice. And my problem is when I find a recipe with orange juice is that I don't drink orange juice anymore. I drink cranberry juice, and so I have to buy some, and hopefully we'll use it up. Now I'm going to add 1 egg, and it says beaten, but I'm going to use a beater here and beat it all up together. Okay, now if you have grated orange peel, you would throw in about 1 tablespoon. I don't usually keep oranges around. I had to get orange juice, so I'm not adding any, but it would be about a tablespoon of grated orange peel. And then a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And we want to beat this all up. And make sure that your beater is all the way off before you pull it out of the bowl, because I was fixing it and didn't about here, and whatever. So I need a spoon. Now you'll notice there's no margarine in it or butter. Hence cooking light. Now, over here I have a pretty good sized baking sheet, and I did spray it with the cooking spray, even though it's the copper shield, and it probably didn't need to, but I did anyways. I'm going to make 10 round mounds of, at least, of the sweet potatoes. And I'm going to start first, try with a ice cream scoop. See how that goes. Of course, I should have put it over a little bit further. With the egg in it, that will firm up and hopefully make it them a little puffy. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Up. Okay, now to finish them off, I'm going to sprinkle about 1/4 cup of chopped pecans over each one. can't get much more nutritious than this recipe, if you like sweet potato, which they advise even over white potatoes now.
They're good no matter how you fix them.
Even the diabetics
Going to sweet potato?
are okay to, within reason, portion-wise. These will go into a 375 degree oven. And bake for about 30 minutes. You want to heat them through and, and hopefully that's about, they'll be ready. Okay, when we return, we will be at our table. Welcome back to our table. This is number 289 show, and we made some yummy looking recipes here. I made a fancy and fast baked chicken dish and sweet potato puffs, which we'll see how we like those. The fast and fancy chicken was very easy to put together. I just put some skinless, boneless chicken breasts in a baking dish, put some slices of Swiss cheese on top, and then poured over it a can of cream of chicken soup with some white wine over the top. Oh, no, before that I put some sliced mushrooms over the Swiss cheese, and if you don't like mushrooms, don't do that. Then the soup was poured on, and then all over it, the brown is dried stuffing mix, flavor you like, turkey, chicken, I used cornbread. And then I drizzled about a stick of margarine or butter over the top, baked it in the oven. And my sweet potato puffs came from a light cookbook, so there's no margarine in the sweet potato, just an egg, some orange juice, orange peel if you've got it available, and some ground cinnamon. And you beat them up well, and put about 10 mounds on a large baking sheet, and then sprinkled some chopped pecans on top. And they also went into the oven to bake. I'll turn it over now to Gordy for dessert.
Well, today I made a peach cobbler with only 3 ingredients in it, so it won't take too long to make this for good dessert when you have company coming and that you didn't know they were going to have company coming. So this is made with 2 cans of sliced peaches poured into your baking dish, a box of, I always use Duncan Hine mixes because I like them better than I do Betty Crocker.
You grew old with them.
I agree. Yes, I do. I started with them, and I'm probably finished with them. I have a yellow cake mix. I pour it on top of the peaches, and on top of the cake mix, I spread a stick of butter. And on top, I thought I would put a little crunch on it, so I sprinkled a little brown sugar on it to make it crunchy. And I baked it in the 350 degree oven for 50 to 55 minutes, and this is what it looks like. And all you have to do is just scoop it out and put a little ice cream on it, and you have a good dessert. And it didn't take long to make it, so please try it. I know you'll like it. If you like any of these recipes, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Dalton Community Cable, 151 Park Avenue, Dalton, Mass. 01226. And that is all from our kitchen today. Have a great day.